Welcome indeed to the Jumps Tournament Challenge Marathon Special. We are picking up where Reese and the boys left off. I am Rachel Nichols, and yes, people, when your college basketball team makes the NCAA tournament for the first time ever, 78 years, you're going to rep the clothes on Tournament Challenge Day at ESPN. Yes, you are. Thank you very much. I am joined by our NBA front office insider, Amin Elhassan, who is repping what?
Brazil. I'm on a different lane. I'm on soccer today.
You are on a different lane in so many ways, my friend. And our three-time NBA champ repping his Arizona State gold, Mr. Byron Scott. You went to Arizona State.
I got some gold in here. There's some gold in here. Also some blue because I went to Georgia Tech as well.
You have no school pride. You got nothing.
Depends.
50-50.
Yeah. On a day like this, I'm not going to be too
Byron, of course,
oh, look at that.
3 tourney appearances while at Arizona State University. And that was just a few years ago, right, Byron?
Yeah, that's not very long ago. You know, only 30-something years ago. But, you know, other than that, I don't have a lot of fond memories of the NCAA tournament.
No action shot of you dunking? They got one in the arena.
I wasn't all about the dunk.
Oh,
you know, I could shoot it a little bit.
You were athletic.
But,
don't people forget? People remember
I was
the
very
shooting.
athletic
People
back in
forget
the day.
the athleticism.
Right. The NCAA's was not very kind to me.
Well, this is an NBA show, so we will take you back into your comfort zone. And we are putting our own spin on March Madness with a bracket to determine, which NBA player has the best handles of all time.
We got
Look at this trophy Producer Steve got made up.
Look at that.
This is amazing. And I don't want to tell you how many hours it took to narrow this bracket down to just 8 names. Pour one out for Tim Hardaway, Rafer Alston, God Shamgod. But here we go. On the historical side, we have Allen Iverson as the #1 seed. Pistol Pete as the 2, Jason Williams as the 3, Isaiah Thomas as the 4 seed. Yes, that is the old school Isaiah Thomas. And on the contemporary side, Kyrie Irving as the 1. Yes, everyone on Twitter, you guessed that correctly. Jamal Crawford is the 2, Steph Curry is the 3, and Chris Paul as the 4.
Yeah.
We're going to start with the old folks.
D'Angelo Russell didn't make it.
You ain't right.
See, we're like 4 minutes into this show.
You ain't right.
We're time sensitive. Let's go. Let's go.
I want you guys to take a look at the #1 versus #4 on the historical side. So let's make a case for each, starting with Mr. Iverson.
Breaks the ankles of Braun. I don't know what to say. What a move.
Oh, my goodness.
Allen Iverson. Are you kidding me? The crowd rising to their feet.
Can't get the ball out of his hands, though. He's a magician.
Oh, Allen Iverson. What a move.
He's one of my favorite players in the NBA.
I think he caught them all by surprise.
Isaiah Thomas has put on a brilliant exhibition. Wow! He has been a one-man gang.
There you see Isaiah at his best.
Thomas, we say follow him, go got it.
We should have called all the guys who were going to be on the wrong side of those highlights to just warn them this is going to be an unfortunate half hour.
Kelly Kittle's lost a sock. I don't know if you guys saw that.
All right, well, let's start with Iverson. How would you make the case if you were going to say Allen Iverson, best handles ever? What would you say?
I tell you what, he had to kill a crossover. There's no doubt about that. That was his claim to fame, so to speak, when he got in the league, is that you just couldn't guard him because that crossover. First of all, it was illegal because at that time you could not carry the ball the way Allen was able to carry it. But at that time it was also legal. But now you look at the way he used to cross people over. It was amazing because he would put people on their butt, and it was unreal to watch.
Speaking of put people on their butt, man, this guy right here, I don't know a lot of our younger viewers remember. I remember Isaiah Thomas.
I do.
I remember. Yeah, I'm sure you remember. I was wondering when you said people on the other side of the highlights. Is Byron in any of these highlights? That's what
I was chasing him down on one of them, but I wasn't in front of him because he was you're right.
I feel like you just kind of have to let him go by you, and then you try to kind of catch up behind and trap him, because if you try to stay in front of him, you're breakdancing.
All right, so time to vote. Who are you going? You got 1 versus 4 seed, but you've been arguing strong for Isaiah this whole week.
I'm going Isaiah Thomas.
Wow!
I'm going Isaiah.
I love AI. I love AI.
This is an upset.
I love AI.
I'm supposed to be the tiebreaker. My vote's not even going to count.
Look,
this is so sad.
I think AI, here's why. I'll say it real quick.
Okay.
AI was really, really explosively quick. His first step was amazing. So that helped a lot. Isaiah was just...
He would just break your
breaking
ankles.
you down.
We are 4 minutes in, and there's an upset already.
I'm sorry.
AI, you a bad boy.
Yeah, you turn him over. He doesn't want to look at you. 2-3 matchup, always trickier. And here we have a couple of the best showmen to ever put on an NBA uniform. Enjoy.
Better post back to the pistol. Goes on the drive right to the basket. Here goes the pistol. Double team. Score it. You're watching basketball history for Pete Maravich tonight.
2-on-1. Goodrich and Maravich back and forth.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. The pistol's doing it all.
Okay, Pistol Pete, make a case. Someone make a case for Pistol. Oh!
Listen, I love Pistol Pete.
Yeah.
Because Pistol was way ahead of his time. You know, when you watch films of Pistol Pete back in the day,
Yes.
he did stuff that wasn't being done at that time. It was like 10, 15 years later that you started seeing guys going behind the back, you know, fake passing and things of that nature. You know, so we didn't really get a chance to see the greatness of Pete, you know, Pistol Pete, because of the fact that he was just ahead of his time.
You did see the greatness of this guy.
I was
There's
coaching.
a lot of
I
video
was
on
coaching
this.
this
You're on
guy.
the staff, yeah.
You know,
What
so
was practice like watching him?
Oh, it was crazy because, you know, Jay Will would do all this in practice. You know, he would even make up stuff in practice and say, I'm going to do this in the game, coach.
Man. I'll say this. Look, Pistol Pete, like you said, ahead of his time, he brought the ABA style to the NBA. But,
But what you got to go with?
man, let me tell you something. When you make one of the greatest defensive players of all time try to trip you because you crossed him up too hard, that GP one, GP, I love
Right.
you, but White Chocolate is my guy.
No doubt about
Easily.
it. Now, listen, before that, though, when he tried to trip him, Jay Will just came down and hit a 3 on him. So he thought he was going to pull up again.
He
and he went right by him. He hit him with it. I was like, oh, that's
man.
cold.
Sorry,
That's
Pistol.
cold.
That mustache is awesome.
Jay Will.
Man, I got to go with
All right, today's players. We got to get to the 1 and 4 matchup because it's pretty good. Take a look here.
What a play by Irving. He gives you a move with every part of his body. Bruising ankles and he goes.
That is ridiculous.
Oohs and ahs from the crowd. Irving. What handles? Behind the back. Which way did he go? Look at this ball. The crossover on Kobe by Chris Paul. A jaw-dropping move.
Oh, my goodness. He puts Miller down.
Broken ankle. There's a broken ankle in the building.
Oh, my goodness.
That was pretty cool.
Chris Paul, what a move.
There is Miller's trying to figure out where he is.
We're sorry, Andre Miller. We're sorry,
man.
so many
That's-
people. All right. I want to start with your guy, Chris Paul. What can you say about him?
You know what? I had the pleasure of coaching both these guys.
Right. Oh, here's some Kyrie video. I shouldn't
You
have
know,
gone
he
over.
was unbelievable. But this kid right here, Kyrie, you know, the thing I think that makes his handle so great is the fact that not only can he handle and pull up, but when he handles and get by you, he can finish
Finish, yeah.
any way better than anybody in this league, left-handed or right-handed.
It's
And I
what
think
the
that's-
handles are facilitating
Right.
that I love about
Right.
Kyrie.
I mean, he just got so much game. And like I said, when he gets to the basket.
All right, but here, you coach this guy.
Oh, CP gets you on skates too now.
Yeah.
I mean,
See,
he just had you.
People forget. Chris Paul, particularly when you had him, oh, man, he was
first few
cracking,
years? Oh,
he was
man.
cracking ankles left and right,
Right.
and taking care of the ball, too.
I think Chris does so many other things we can sometimes forget
Yeah.
how
How great
good
a
he
handler
is
is.
at
Yeah,
this.
no doubt about it.
That being said, I think I know where we all got to go.
let
You
me
got to
tell you
do it. Don't pull another upset for me,
No, there
boys.
are no upsets. There are no upsets. Look, this dude right here, this guy's a
Kyrie.
magician.
Come
Same
on.
thing I said about Isaiah Thomas. He's not explosively quick. He's just really
Don't
great.
try to justify
crafty.
kicking my boy
Crafty.
AI out. I'm not going to
Super
forgive you for
crafty.
that.
Super crafty.
Our final contemporary semifinal features last year's MVP and the sixth man of the year. Check it out.
World peace. You talk about a quick move. Oh, my. What's this? Whoa. Oh, dear me. See you later.
He's just dancing.
Goes down.
You don't see guys with this type of handle.
That's just an ankle break.
Oh my goodness. Is there a medic in the house? Oh, he just got crossed over.
You hear the ooze from the crowd after the crossover.
Maybe I'm pushing the limits, which is pretty cool.
Just that worried look
Man.
on everyone's faces. They know what's going to happen. What do you think, Jamal Crawford? So special with the basketball.
You know, JC's his handle's unbelievable. I mean, and just the way that he can do it behind the back, you know, between the legs. And again, he's another one of those guys that get you on skates, and he can finish. or he can pull up and hit the three. I mean,
or the four.
Or the four, yeah. I mean, you are at his mercy when he has the basketball.
He's one of the few guys on this list who actually has a signature crossover in terms of that behind-the-back thing. He did it so many times. Everyone copies him. Steph Curry, though, again, another underrated ball handler. So many guys get dropped by this guy. He's so skilled. Again, like Kyrie, like Isaiah Thomas, it's not the explosion, the quickness.
Right.
It's all skill level right there.
And, of course, the other thing that he does is so good, it makes you overshadow. But the way Jamal Crawford moves with the ball, so cool to watch. Who you got?
I'm going to tell you who I got.
See?
I'm going with Steph.
Really?
I'm going with Steph.
I'm going Jamal Crawford, baby. I'm going
See, I
Jamal
finally
Crawford,
get
baby.
to break a tie, and this is what I'll say. I would give Steph in 16 different categories, and this is close, but in this one category.
Because you shoot too well?
Yeah.
You're out because you shoot too well?
Yes,
How does that make sense?
I'm still mad at you for Allen Iverson. That's part of what this vote is about.
I'm all about
Final
old
four
school.
set in our best handles bracket. You got to stick around. We've got so many more killer highlights coming. You really want to see this. Also, Jay Williams is stopping by to tell us which of these guys is the best NBA prospect playing in the tourney. But first, let's check out Sports Science segment. This is brought to you by New York Life.
To examine the science behind the underhand free throw, we brought in one of the most consistent free throw shooters of all time, Hall of Famer Rick Barry. In his NBA career, Rick took more than 4,200 free throws and made 90% of them.
So the key to this is being a totally natural position. You stand here naturally with my arms hanging down. I don't lock my elbows. Before I shoot, it's sort of a trigger. I just take my wrist and I bend them down to a natural position. And when I come up, I take my hands and I roll them together. So here I am, relaxed over the top, down, up, follow through, make the free throw.
To find out why this technique is so consistent, we wired up Rick with science. Now, biomechanically, there are fewer moving parts. Compared to the conventional technique, which involves separate movements of the shoulder, elbow, and wrist, the granny shot is a simple upward pendulum motion. With a release more than 3 feet closer to the ground, Rick's underhand shot enables him to maintain a lower center of gravity. This more stable position enables him to consistently launch the shot from the same release point time after time. And by gripping the ball symmetrically with 2 hands instead of 1, Rick imparts a more even backspin on the ball. Because it consistently rotates around one stable axis, if the ball hits any part of the hoop or backboard, it's less likely to ricochet offline and out of the basket. Now, shooting granny style may never fully catch on, but Rick is convinced at least one player that it's the way to go. Shooting underhanded this season, his son, Canyon Barry, a guard for the Florida Gators, has made about 88% from the line. For ESPN Sports Science, I'm John Brinkus.
Let's take a look outside at LA Live to the tote board. Let's see how many people have signed up for ESPN's Tournament Challenge app.
Whoa.
Look how nice and sunny
Where's
it
the
is here in
snow?
Los Angeles.
LA,
Our
baby.
East Coast people, come join up
Southern
with us.
California.
Aw,
We're
man.
getting up there, man.
Yeah.
Go sign up on ESPN.com. And we are now thrilled to be joined by 2001 national champion,
Oh,
the
drop
number 2
him.
overall NBA draft pick in the 2001 NBA draft, the one and only Jay Williams. Jay, are you awake?
My words, I've been up for 48 hours. I don't know if what I say even makes sense, Rachel, but I will try to make it work. Bear with me, okay?
Well, this is the most important question you will have to answer in the entire day. Are you
I got
ready?
you. I'm ready. I'm locked in.
How do you like my alma mater, Northwestern's chances of beating Vanderbilt on Thursday?
I actually say they're 50-50 because Vandy doesn't play too much defense. And here's the one thing I do know about your head coach. He was my associate head coach when I played at Duke for Coach K. And one of the best stories I have about Chris Cowns, my sophomore year, he wanted to beat North Carolina so bad, we had to go into North Carolina to play them. I had 38 points, and I made a big-time 3 that put us up by 8, I think, in that ball game. And as I was coming out, I went to go slap his hand, and without looking at my hand, he makes a fist and he punches me right in the chest while staring at Matt Doherty, staring him down, not even recognizing he knocked the wind out of my soul. Like, so he's that competitive. He just doesn't want to be accepted to the tournament. He wants to win multiple games in the tournament. I think you're going to get one.
All right. I like you already. You can stay. You can stay as long as you want.
I'll stay in 80-degree weather all day long compared to here with 2 feet of snow.
Exactly. We are an NBA show, of course, so you have to tell us who you think the best pro prospect playing in the tourney is.
I have to go with Jason Tatum. I've watched him over the last 2.5, 3 months, and he is by far the best isolation player there is in college basketball right now. He would be a major upgrade for the Lakers. I love Brandon Ingram, but having this kid on your team will make a difference. He has pro shots. I watched him this summer against Jabari Parker, and Jabari, you know, praise him. I hope he gets better from his injury with the ACL. But Jabari was healthy this summer, and they were going back and forth every single day for 4 days. There were some days I was saying, wow, I think Jason Tatum was the better player today. And when you're watching those two players go back and forth, it goes to tell you about a kid who's 17, 18 years old. He has that type of talent. He's that special.
And clearly you think the Lakers are going to keep that protected pick, so there we go. Jay, thank you for joining us. Get like 10 minutes of sleep and the cat nap in the next, and then we'll see you in a little bit.
I look forward to it, guys. See you soon.
All right. We're going to go quickly to our first Final Four matchup, guys. In the semis of our historical final, you Cretans, you picked Isaiah Thomas over Allen Iverson. I can't believe it.
Old school.
Versus
old school
Jason Williams, White Chocolate. And then we've got in the next round. Okay, we're gonna go to a little Isaiah video. Let's see.
Oh, look at this guy over here. Put him on skates.
Special.
Spud Webb is supposed to be quick and small, not quick enough though. Oh, see that?
Don't reach.
Whenever the Laker highlight, Byron holds his breath. He holds his breath. Where was I?
I'm glad I wasn't in there.
Oh, but this guy right here, man, he was a magician. He was an entertainer in such a great way, and you know what was fun about him was it was it always seemed internal. He wasn't never talking about it.
He just had fun. And he really loved the game of basketball.
What did we say on the show yesterday? Don't talk about it.
Be about it.
Who you got?
Oh, man, I'm about it. I'm sorry, Zeke. Zeke,
I was going Zeke.
I saw Zeke.
I was going Zeke.
Look, Zeke.
Wow.
I already took a big chance.
School.
But now I got to rep.
I got to go old.
All right.
It's my generation right
I'm
here.
the tiebreaker. I'm still bitter. I want to vote for AI. You're not letting me. So I'm going to go Jay Williams. There we go.
I tried, Zeke. I tried.
We got to get to our final of today's players. We've got Kyrie Irving. He beat in the semis to advance. And we also have Mr. Jamal Crawford.
Man, I'm telling you, man. Look at people turning people around. They got the backs to them.
You can do a lot of that whoop. When he handled the ball, whoop.
All right. Who you got?
Look, Jamal.
Here's the thing about Jamal Crawford. I'm just going to rep for him once, and I know where we're going here.
Yeah.
But when you talk about Jason Williams and you talk about the entertainment value,
This guy's there.
Jamal Crawford's entertainment value.
This bracket.
That's why I had to go for him.
This is what's wrong with a bracket like this, because you're going to inevitably leave people out who you really, really like.
I love them both, but I'm going here.
Kyrie.
Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, so the final is set. We will be bringing you back after the next break. Stay tuned. We are in hour 21 of the Tournament Challenge, and we're heading to the Bears Den with researcher extraordinaire Chris Felica. Chris, these guys have been giving me a hard time about my Wildcats all day. What numbers do you have to back me up?
I think you're going to wind up having the last laugh on this. According to our BPI numbers, we have Vanderbilt as the most overseeded team in the tournament. You look at Vandy historically, they've never won a game in the tournament when seeded 8th or worse. All 4 losses by double digits. You look at Northwestern, they play great defense. If they get out and defend Vanderbilt's three-point shot with McIntosh and Lindsey in that backcourt, I like Northwestern to win this game, and I think you're gonna move on to the second round and get a shot at pulling an upset in round 2.
All right, you, Chris, and Jay Williams are officially on the show tomorrow. These two guys are going. Thank you very much for joining us.
Anytime.
We appreciate it.
You got it.
All right, it is time for the finals in our best handles bracket. We have Kyrie Irving versus Jason Williams. Sorry, AI.
Hey, I just there. Yes!
There it is.
GP trying to trip him. Look at that, man. That's the greatest, one of the greatest defensive guards of all time. Left so helpless, he just tried to trip him. He's like, you know what? Let me try that. And that left, God bless him.
Here's Kyrie's signature moment.
Be nice.
Dance.
Be nice.
Dance.
That was a bad
Oh,
Be nice.
no, don't dance like that.
Everything he was in was just a highlight on the wrong end. This one was so bad.
Dance.
Oh, look, you see the ankles going different directions?
It's the balance he shows on this. That's what I love about it. Just everything is just so
Always
razor-thin margins that he pulls it off. So who you got?
Oh, man.
You know
what?
Katzman's deal starts at 4.
Everyone in Cleveland already hates me, so I'm going white chocolate. White chocolate.
All right, that makes me the tiebreaker.
You're the tiebreaker. I got Kyrie, baby.
Can I vote for Allen Iverson? Can I do that?
Come
Y'all
on,
are
Kyrie.
crazy.
Kyrie. Best handles in the NBA. Kyrie.
There we go. It's pretty cool that somebody we can do it through all NBA history, and we got this guy playing
Who's going to
right
accept
now.
on his behalf?
We got the trophy.
I got to accept on his behalf.
he
That's
coached
right.
I coached him.
There you go.
Right, there we
Kyrie,
go.
on Kyrie
Here, you can,
Irving's behalf, I accept this best handles in the NBA trophy.
All right, we're going to get this to Kyrie.
Where you go,
They're
Uncle
gonna be out
Drew?
now.
Where you go, Uncle Drew? My man.
Sports Nation is next. Our leg of this marathon is
It's not a
completed,
magnet.
but Michelle
No
Beadle,
magnet.
you take it away. 4-1 out for Tim Hardaway, Rafer Alston, God Sham God. But here we go. On the historical side, we have Allen Iverson as the #1 seed, Pistol Pete as the 2, Jason Williams as the 3, Isaiah Thomas as the 4 seed. Yes, that is the old school Isaiah Thomas. And on the contemporary side, Kyrie Irving as the 1. Yes, everyone on Twitter, you guessed that correctly. Jamal Crawford is the 2, Steph Curry is the 3, and Chris Paul as the 4.
Yeah.
We're going to start with the old folks.
D'Angelo Russell didn't make it.
You ain't right.
See, we're like 4 minutes into the show.
You ain't right.
We're time sensitive. Let's go. Let's go.
I want you guys to take a look at the #1 versus #4 on the historical side. So let's make a case for each, starting with Mr. Iverson.
Breaks the ankles of Braun.
I'll tell you what, he had to kill a crossover. There's no doubt about that. That was his claim to fame, so to speak, when he got in the league, is that you just couldn't guard him because that crossover. First of all, it was illegal because at that time you could not carry the ball the way Allen was able to carry it. But at that time it was also legal. But now you look at the way he used to cross people over. It was amazing because he would put people on their butt, and it was unreal to watch.
Speaking of put people on their butt, man, this guy right here, I don't know if a lot of our younger viewers remember. I remember Isaiah Thomas.
I do.
I remember. Yeah, I'm sure you remember. I was wondering when you said people on the other side of the highlights. Was Byron in any of these highlights? That's what
I was chasing him down on one of them, but I wasn't in front of him because he was you're right, though.
I feel like you just kind of have to let him go by you, and then you try to.
Welcome indeed to the Jumps Tournament Challenge Marathon Special. We are picking up where Reese and the boys left off. I am Rachel Nichols, and yes, people, when your college basketball team makes the NCAA tournament for the first time ever, 78 years, you're going to rep the clothes on Tournament Challenge Day at ESPN. Yes, you are. Thank you very much. I am joined by our NBA front office insider, Amin El Hassan, who is repping what?
Brazil. I'm on a different lane. I'm on soccer today.
You are on a different lane in so many ways, my friend. And our 3-time NBA champ, repping his Arizona State gold, Mr. Byron Scott. You went to Arizona State.
I got some gold in here. There's some gold in here. Also some blue because I went to Georgia Tech as well.
You have no school pride. You got nothing.
Depends.
50-50.
Yeah. On a day like this, I'm not going to be too
Byron, of course,
oh, look at that.
3 tourney appearances while at Arizona State University. And that was just a few years ago, right, Byron?
Yeah, that's not very long ago, only 30-something years ago. But, other than that, I don't have a lot of fond memories of the NCAA tournament.
No action shot of you dunking? They got one in the arena.
I wasn't all about the dunk.
Oh,
I could shoot it a little bit.
You were athletic.
But,
people forget. People remember
I was
the
very
shooting.
athletic
People
back in the
forget
day.
the
That's right.
athleticism.
But the NCAA's was not very kind to me.
Well, this is an NBA show, so we will take you back into your comfort zone. And we are putting our own spin on March Madness with a bracket to determine, which NBA player has the best handles of all time.
We got
Look at this trophy Producer Steve got made up.
Look at that.
This is amazing. And I don't want to tell you how many hours it took to narrow this bracket down to just 8 names.
I don't know what to say. What a move!
Oh, my goodness.
Allen Iverson, are you kidding me? The crowd rising to their feet.
Can't get the ball out of his hands, though. He's a magician.
Oh, Allen Iverson, what a move!
He's one of my favorite players in the NBA.
I think he caught them all by surprise.
Isaiah Thomas has put on a brilliant exhibition. Wow! He has been a one-man gang.
There you see Isaiah at his best.
Thomas, we say Harlem Globetrotters.
We should have called all the guys who are going to be on the wrong side of those highlights to just warn them this is going to be an unfortunate half hour.
Kelly Kittles
for you.
lost a sock. I don't know if you guys saw that.
All right, well, let's start with Iverson. How would you make the case if you were going to say Allen Iverson best handles ever? What would you say?
I